G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I will be giving you my finals week 1 predictions for the NRLW. Now obviously you cannot see my face. Why is that? My camera's stuffed up at the moment. So I got one video out and then my camera absolutely decided to poop itself. So we're doing this without my face. A bit different. I don't think I've ever recorded, maybe back when I used to do 2K content, but outside of that, very rare that I do this. So you probably will enjoy it a bit more not seeing my ugly mug on the screen. But let's get into it. Before we do the finals week 1 tips, let's see how I went in round 9. I actually went 4 from 5. Really good week there for me. I backed in the Sharkies to beat the Tigers. Tigers got an upset there. They won by 2 points. Now, if the Sharks had have won that game, they finished 3rd. So I don't know if they prefer that or if they're not enjoying that one. But yeah, pretty disappointing result there for Cronulla. After starting the season, I think they were 6-0 or 5-0. It was a very good start to the year. But yeah, disappointing result there. Broncos and Dragons. I backed in the Broncos. Thought it'd be a close game. Backed them in by 8. They actually won this one by 30. So very strong performance heading into finals. And they locked up that minor premiership. Well, with results in the Roosters game going their way. Next up, I backed in the Knights to beat the Cowboys. This was pretty obvious. I think this one you could pretty much say was a layup. Pretty safe bet there that the Knights were going to get the job done. And they did. Raiders I backed in to beat the Titans. It looked pretty ugly early on. I thought the Raiders were going to end up beating them by 40. But to the Titans' credit, they were gritty. They stayed in it and they kept it close. And then the final game of the round, the Roosters against the Eels. Backed in the Roosters here. Eels have had a disappointing year, really. Like, they've been better, obviously, than last year. Couldn't get any worse than last year. And they, to be fair, they're only maybe 2 wins off a top 4 spot. So not a bad year for the Eels, and they have had injuries too, so probably was a bit harsh on them to say that they've had a bad year. But let's roll into finals week 1. First game we've got is the Brisbane Broncos taking on the Cronulla Sharks. Now, if you ask me who I thought would win in this game after 5 rounds, I'd tell you the Sharks, and it wasn't close. But now I think this one is a pretty comfortable Broncos win. I'm going to say 16-point margin here. I really don't see the Sharks posing a threat in this one. I think the Broncos will absolutely run rings around Cronulla. For the Roosters and Knights game, now this one is a little bit interesting. The Knights wanting to complete the three-peat, they're going to need to beat the Roosters. I do think if they beat the Roosters, there's every opportunity they can beat the Broncos at a core stadium, but the Knights have to get past the Roosters first, and that's not going to be easy because I think Taron Aitken returns in this one, as does Jess Surgis. Kelly probably out. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, the Roosters, they're welcoming back 2 absolute weapons of players. I don't see the Knights beating them in this one. I think the Knights will give it a good run for their money because the Knights, they've got a lot of firepower as well. But I think the Roosters will be up for this one. I'm backing them in. I think the Roosters win this one by 2 points. They're going to be very close. So they are my tips for round 10 or finals week 1. Broncos to beat the Sharkies and the Roosters to beat the Knights. Let me know who you're tipping this weekend. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Also, if you want to see my full NRLW finals predictions that dropped yesterday, so I want you guys, if you're interested, to go and check that out and leave a like and subscribe. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.